Hello everybody. Hello everybody, hello everybody, hello everybody, hello everybody, hello everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today I am back with another reading from Reddit video. I'm going to be reading some AITA stories for you guys. That is MIVAO stories. I also have some things that I'm going to randomly tap on while I'm reading. I have 3 stories and 3 triggers for you guys. 2 of them I've used previously and 1 of them I have never used. I'm going to show you what they are. This is the first one. It's a little ring. It's a black heart ring that my mom gave me. Just be tapping on this a little bit. I keep this at my desk. I don't actually wear it. I never wear it. I don't usually wear like a lot of jewelry except for my necklaces. But I keep it at my desk as like a little fidget toy. I kind of like, roll it around on my finger and like tap on it while I'm working and stuff. I like the tapping sounds. So I'll be tapping on that and this, which I'm sure you guys have already seen in previous videos of mine. I think I've used it twice. I love the sand and shell sounds. And then I also have this little eye mask. It's a lavender infused eye mask. I've used this in a couple of different videos before too. Anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing today. I've also, I don't know, you guys let me know what you think. I've been thinking about doing some videos in Spanish. I love watching videos in Spanish. I've only ever done like trigger words in Espanol. And you guys seem to really like those kinds of videos, but I'm also speaking English in those videos. But I was thinking of doing more like reading in Spanish or like semi-inaudible reading in Spanish or something like that. Like I said, I really like them, but I also speak and understand Spanish, so I don't know if you guys would like it if you don't necessarily understand it. But earlier today, I was watching a semi-inaudible reading in French video, and I really enjoyed it, even though like French is a little bit close to Spanish, so normally there's certain words that I can understand, words and phrases, but also my boyfriend speaks like pretty good French also, so I'm a little bit familiar. But in this video, I had no idea what was going on the entire time. Everything just sounded like that one episode of SpongeBob where the narrator was just like, Tito, tilito, 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 Tito, tilito. If you know, you know. For all my SpongeBob girlies out there. But yeah, so let me know if you guys want to hear some videos in Spanish. I would be happy to do those. I might do them anyway, so stay tuned. Anyway, let's jump into some stories. Okay. First story is called AITA for blowing up on my husband's friend after her wife died. My 36 female husband, Ian, 44 male, is close friends with a woman named Jenna. They've been friends for a long time before Ian and I got together, so I know her fairly well too, but we really have nothing in common and we're not exactly friends. Jenna's wife Laura very sadly and somewhat suddenly passed in early March. She was terminally ill but responding to treatment very well and was expected to survive another 2 to 5 years. She's been leaning on Ian heavily for support, which I understand, but she's been at our house every single day since, and even sleeping in our guest room most nights because she doesn't want to be home alone, which would be okay, except she's getting more and more passive aggressive towards me and weirdly territorial of Ian. I've reminded myself that I don't think I could stand to see a happy couple for months if I lost Ian, and to be patient, it's not personal. My birthday was on Sunday. I got home Saturday after a morning out, and Jenna was there. I was making small talk when I asked Ian what time he made dinner reservations for the next day. Jenna inserted herself right here and asked Ian if he was going to be out the next day, and he said yes. She started panicking and saying that he couldn't, and she wasn't ready to spend an evening alone. I was going to tell her that she could still hang out here while we were gone, and she looked at me and said, "Don't you have any effing friends you can go with?" And I just blew the F up. "Don't you have any other effing friends you can go bother?" and so on. She called me selfish for monopolizing my husband, and I had enough and told her to get the F out of my house and to come back never. Ian had been trying to calm things down between us, but it spiraled out of control fast, and he ended up escorting Jenna out and telling her that he'd come visit her in a few days, but he would be backing my decision because of how she spoke to me. I was happy for his support and still am, but it's been a few days and I just feel all around bad about it. I should have been more understanding of her, but I also feel like she should treat me more respectfully, and I'm not really sure if I overreacted. I'm gonna say, regardless of whether she overreacted or not, I don't think that she is the a-hole. Let me read a comment or two, and then we'll talk more about it. First comment says, "Not the a-hole. She was so far out of line, and especially in your own home. I'd also sit down with your husband and talk about it. To me personally, it really seems like she likes your husband more than just a good friend. I understand she had a wife, but maybe she's bi and hasn't been open with it." OP says, "I seriously doubt it. I don't think I'm welcome to use the same term she uses for herself, but it starts with bull." Oh. Yeah, I don't think she's the a-hole. She's very entitled to feel the way she feels. And the friend should have been a little bit more considerate. Like, we all understand that your wife died and we're very sympathetic to your situation, but at the same time, we have our own lives to live. So, you kind of have to respect that, especially if you're going to be in our house all the time. And definitely respect your friend's wife. Like, what if somebody spoke to your wife like that? You have to think about if the tables were turned, how you would feel about a situation. But, yeah, definitely not the a-hole. Let's move on to the next one. AITA for calling my coworker's baby name idea dumb and making her cry. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch triggers for this one. AITA. So my coworker is pregnant with her first baby, and she asked me yesterday about my thoughts on her baby name, and things didn't go well. We work at a hotel that doesn't get much traffic, so there's always a lot of downtime to sit and chat. We're not friends, but since we're both girls and the same age, 23, we do speak a lot when we're on the same shift together. She asked me if I heard of the name Venus, and I said yes, and she says she's going to name her daughter that, but add an A at the end, so it's Venusa. She said that it's so exotic and unique sounding, right? upset and said no it doesn't, and that she's asked her boyfriend and her parents, and they all said it's a name that's never been heard before. I said that it sounds like Vanessa and that it's kind of a dumb name to give someone, since every time they say it aloud, people will call them Vanessa and it will always be misspelled. She started to cry and said, great, people are already insulting my parenting choices and that I'm being a B, and left the shift early. Now our other coworkers have been messaging me saying I'm disgusting for making a pregnant woman cry. AITA, I was being honest since she asked me. Like, okay, I get that you want to be honest, but also there's a way that you don't call the name dumb. Like, come on. Be for real. That's so rude. Let's see what the comments say. I think she's kind of an a-hole, to be honest. Cool, I'm with you here, but then you said, and it's kind of a dumb name to give someone, and that's where you dip your toe into, yes, the a-hole. You didn't jump fully in, but it's still slightly, yes, the a-hole, or you're the a-hole. While I agree with the soft, this is another comment. While I agree with the soft, you're the a-hole, I really think people need to stop asking questions they don't want the answer to. Yeah, I can agree with that too. Like, if you're asking a question, you should expect an honest answer. But also, yeah, she just shouldn't have said it the way she said it. For sure. I'm gonna call her the a-hole though. It seems like most people are calling her the a-hole. Somebody said Venus sounds like a disease. Ask your doctor if Venus is right for you. Oh man. Yeah, that is a terrible name. Let's be real. Alright, let's move on to the next trigger. And the last story. Hello. Okay. AITA for throwing a tantrum in my birthday event because I was sidelined. Friend, female 30, considered her a good friend, but a couple of incidents have left me questioning the reality of this friendship. She is friends with both my husband and I. One incident was my husband's birthday. We specifically asked to back up the party soon because we had major events the next day, and asked her to leave when she started getting cozy with my husband's guy friend. She continued and stayed at our place until 4 or 5 in the morning. I had offered to drop her home or set up the room for her, but had requested to stop playing music as we were planning to sleep. She did not listen and continued, and finally left after my husband sent her an angry message. We ended up being called slut shamers. She said she was drunk, so she's not to be blamed. Second, my birthday picnic. We had 2 cars, and as she would be uncomfortable sitting alone with a different couple, I offered to sit in the second car and asked her to join me. She said yes. This was despite the fact that I wanted to sit in my car with my husband and a couple other friends I'm close to. Last minute, she instead sat in my car with my husband and other friends. I felt abandoned and ended up being passive aggressive. She also brought alcohol without running it by us, which was not part of the plan. My passive aggression continued, and to avoid lashing out, I physically distanced myself from her. But towards the end, I ended up saying something along the lines of that it's my birthday and I'm being sidelined, not in a good tone. When we spoke later, after a few days of no talking, she called me juvenile, toxic, delusional, etc., said I have disrespected her. I apologized and explained why I reacted the way I did, which, as per her, are not valid reasons. Also, she feels that my husband should have checked in on her, and owes her this as a friend. I explained to her that these situations also seep into our marriage, and views of our own, thus the distance. She didn't agree and called us immature and unfair. She kept on calling her point of view as the objective reality and my point of view as delusional, juvenile, and toxic. AITA here, and was I actually being juvenile or am I being gaslighted? I don't think she's being juvenile. She has every right. Like this friend of hers has like main character syndrome or something. Like she's being really inconsiderate towards the people around her, I feel. Let's see what some of these comments say. First comment says, "You didn't throw a tantrum and she sounds like a bit of a narc. She strikes back way too hard and doesn't have the decency to apologize for rude behavior because she was drunk." You know what I do when I behave like a jackass because I was drunk? I feel ashamed, apologize, and don't get as drunk anytime soon. And she should be ashamed, and because she isn't, she should be shamed. Behavior like hers is only enabled by people being moral to shame and raise children like her. Okay, I don't really you lost me in the second half there, buddy. But yeah, I do agree that she was being rude. Like, regardless of whether you're drunk or not, you can apologize the next day for being wasted. Like, we get it, but also, like, yeah, just apologize. Like, have some, I don't know, integrity, have some respect. Like, yeah, I don't know, I feel she was just being really disrespectful. And when somebody tells you that, like, your actions are affecting their marriage or their relationship, you have to kind of like reflect on yourself at that point. Because if it's two people telling you that this is an issue, it's probably an issue. Anyway, those are my stories for the day.